On December 20, 2021, the Tigris rebels in Ethiopia announced that they were leaving some areas in the face of government attacks. At the same time, they called on the United Nations to declare a no-fly zone for warplanes and drones over the Tigris region. The United Nations has set up a commission to investigate human rights abuses in the region, but the Ethiopian government has opposed it. Last September, the US government announced that it would take action against those who provided military assistance to the Ethiopian war. But news is coming from various sources that different countries are supplying arms to Ethiopia, among them is the United Arab Emirates. In an analysis by the International Crisis Group, William Davidson suggests that the withdrawal of Tigris may be due to Abi Ahmed's foreign military support for the Ethiopian government from the Middle East to East Asia, especially armed drones. According to an analysis by Dutch defense website Oryx, Steinmetzer and Stollemans said that among the Ethiopian arms-carrying drone fleet are 9 Chinese-made Wing-Lung-1 and 2 Iranian-made Mahajir-8. And a number of vertical takeoff and landing, or VTOL, drones made in the UAE. There are also 2 types of Israeli-built reconnaissance drones to support them. Ethiopia received its first 3 Wing-Lung-1 drones from China in September 2021. Then in November 6 more drones of the same type came from UAE. Some have also claimed that since the beginning of the war, Tigris have been attacked by drone strikes from UAE military bases in the Eritrean port of Assab. No one has been able to show specific evidence in this regard. However, Oryx said in its analysis that this does not mean that there was no attack from the UAE base. Rather, the fact that Ethiopia did not have a drone indicates that the Tigris had a precise attack on ballistic missiles and large-caliber rockets. The first Ethiopian-built VTOL drones were spotted in the Maichu region of the Tigris region in mid-2021. However, the performance of such drones is questionable against the fast-moving forces of the Tigris. Evidence of the UAE's biggest support for Ethiopia was found in November 2021. When the Wing-Lung-1 drones were spotted at the Harare Maida Air Base in Ethiopia. The Emirate may have sent drones from its own air force to Ethiopia on an emergency basis following reports of rebel forces heading for the Ethiopian capital. The operators of the drones were undoubtedly from the UAE. The Wing-Lung-1 drones brought from China did not carry TL-2 surface-to-surface missiles from the beginning. But Emirati drones have been deployed with lots of missiles from the beginning. The Ethiopian government is thought to have deployed Iranian-made Mahajir-7 drones near the Oromia region after the wreckage of an Iranian-made Ghanem 5 inches weapon was found in the town of Gidimi in the Oromia region in early January. Satellite imagery suggests they were most likely deployed at Asosa Airport. From there, most of the Oromia region will move within a range of 200 kilometers of drones. In August 2021, forces in the Oromo region joined forces with the Oromo Liberation Army, or OLA, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, or TPLF, to wage war against Abi Ahmed's government. Earlier, drone strikes were carried out in the Tigray region from Samara and Harar Maida air bases, but Oromia was beyond the reach of the drones. According to an analysis by Dutch NGO PAX, drones made in Turkey are also being used by Ethiopia. The Turkish government has denied the allegations. Oryx's analysis says that as a result of the Ethiopian Air Force's drone strikes, the Tigers now have no large weapons in their hands. The drone strike may have hurt the morale of the troops. Lack of weapons, at least in large calibers such as tanks or artillery, can reduce the ability of Tigers to advance. That is why the Tigris are becoming more and more careful to defend their territory without attacking. However, there are reports that Wing Lung 1 drones are being used to attack civilian targets at the same time. A few days ago, 42 civilians were killed and more than 150 were injured in a drone strike in the town of Alamata in the Tigris region. Various video footage shows the wreckage of the Chinese-made Blue Arrow 6 missile, which uses the Wing Lung 1 drone. In the last days of Donald Trump's U.S. administration at the start of the war, the United States supported the government of Abi Ahmed, but the policy of the Joe Biden administration is changing. Based on that policy, the United States is concerned about reports of Turkish drone sales to the Ethiopian government. According to Reuters and the New York Times, Jeffrey Feltman, the U.S. government's envoy to the Horn of Africa, expressed concern about the use of armed drones in Ethiopia during a visit to Turkey and the United Arab Emirates last December. According to the Exporters Assembly, Turkey exported Panya 95 million worth of military goods to Ethiopia in the first 11 months of 2021. Al Monitor says U.S. officials are also concerned about the Ethiopian government's use of Iranian drones. Although the Biden administration has not taken any steps to end the war in Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government is threatening to impose various sanctions on Ethiopia so that it does not move easily to victory. However, there is no reason to think that the United States will blockade the UAE or Turkey for supplying weapons in this war. While the Trump administration supports the Ethiopian government's efforts to protect its geographical integrity, the Biden administration seeks to highlight the Ethiopian government's human rights abuses there. That means protecting Ethiopia's integrity is no longer important to the U.S. government.